nila. So if you don't know, at actually nakita nyo yung each other pagdating natin sa may day number 2. LPE, alam nila kung paano i-gauge yung kalaban nila.
Okay.
But the enemies don't know kung ano pa yung dadalhin nila dito. And pwede silang manggulat agad-agad pagpasok pa lang nila.
To be fair, napakaraming mga new lineups. Or actually, sobrang fresh ng conference number 2. Mayroon kayong mga bagong players nga. Like for example, Brent E Pro versus STIE Olympians, our first match. STIE Olympians, nandyan. Si Eugene na ngayon, formerly playing for Brent E Pro. And then our match number 2, that's gonna be Signal Ultra Warriors going up against PLDT Smart Omega. This is the rematch, quote-unquote, of our conference number 1 finals. Pero mukhang iba na rin yung mga recipe na dyan kasi iba na rin yung players na Smart Omega. And then last match, like we said, that's Lost Playbook Esports versus Happy Feet Emperors. Kuya Butters, Bren E-Pro versus STIE Olympians, yan ang match na ating kakast. What can you say so far about the both teams?
I mean, one of the obvious storylines here for both teams is Yuji facing up against his former team.
Yeah.
And STIE Olympians din naman, their roster, sabihin natin medyo, nung kinausap ko sila, umamin din naman sila na yung roster nila medyo nabuo lang ng sobrang bilis na parang,
Literally
sobrang bilis lang. It only took months for them to just build this roster.
Yeah.
You have Cripso No Mercy, you have Yuji, Chico, RGP, Lembot, Mixu, and Jeff Cutie Forever. So, itong team na to, medyo kailangan talaga nila hanapin yung synergy.
And we saw then bukod sa bagong mga players, meron yung mga players nila ay meron din bagong mga roles. Like for example, Jeff Cutie Forever, known as a core for the longest time. Side laners siya, usually the marksman or the fighter or yung side laners ka ng kanyang former teams. Ngayon ay naglarang na as the tank. Now you have Brent E Pro absorb a lot of members from their sister squad. Ngayon nandiyan na si Eskiflex, Raflesha, Fuzaken, Ribo, Renzo, Coco, and JP. And who would have thought that we will see Brent E Pro without Hayes, without Yuji, without Pain. And ngayon, ang natira na lang talaga sa original squad is Ribo and Coco.
Yeah, yun nga yung sinasabi ko. There are some people here sa Nationals na sobrang hindi ako sanay na nakikita sila sa current jersey nila.
Sa ibang jersey.
Like Haji, yung sa PSO, or si Hayes. Hindi ako sanay na nakikita ko si Hayes na hindi nakasuot ng yellow and black.
Exactly.
Nakasuot siya ng red, green, at black.
Oo.
At si Haji naman, hindi ako sanay na hindi siya nakikita ng naka-blue.
That's true.
So, ito yung sinasabi namin, sobrang fresh talaga nito. Kahit kami mga casters, naninibago din kami sa lahat ng binabato nila sa atin ngayon.
This is really a treat para sa lahat ng mga fans sa Mobile Legends dito sa Pilipinas. It's natural din naman kaya Butters talaga na magbago ang mga players, ang mga teams sa kanilang roster. It's a natural growth. And it's just that sabay-sabay lang talaga naging crazy ngayong season natin or ngayong conference number 2 na tapat na yung mga top teams nga natin ay kumuha ng iba't ibang mga players.
Yeah, and madami pa tayong pwede pag-usapan. Pero iwan natin yan para mamaya babalik tayo after a very short break. Okay, kukunin na natin yung opinion ng ating mga courtside reporters and the other stuff. And kami yung magiging shoutcasters. Ako nga pala si Butters.
And ako si Wolf. Huwag kang alis. Magbabalik ang The Nationals.
Back to the Nationals na nandito na tayo sa ating second day para sa ating second conference. No? Balikan lang natin kung ano ba mga nangyari during our first day para sa ating second conference. Wala tayong nakitang sweep sa ating mga teams. Nakita natin ang mga score natin. It's 2-1. Is it gonna be the very first day na makakakita tayo ng sweep sa araw na ito? Now let's check out also ito ang debut day para sa LPE for Mobile Legends. Dahil it's the very first time also na makakasama sila sa conference ng Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Tingnan natin with their all-new lineup kung magiging successful ba ito. And right now, tignan din natin ito sa mga featured players or teams natin for today. Ang ating PLDT Smart Omega versus Signal Ultra Warriors. Matinding bakbakan ang aabangan natin dahil itong dalawang teams na ito, kung matatandaan ninyo during the first conference, sila ang nag-champion and ating second place. Now, during sa ating first game for today, no, with Bren E Pro versus SDIE Olympians, makikita natin kung gaano kainit ang aksyon. Bago natin simulan ng lahat, syempre ipapasa na natin sa ating mga shoutcasters for game number 1. Wolf and Butters, please take it away.
Thank you so much, Eliza. At talaga abangan niya naman yung debut ng LPE Eagles mamaya versus Happy Feet Emperors. But as I also mentioned that Bren E Pro and SDIE Olympians, itong matchup na to is new to us because bago na yung mga ingredients ng mga players natin. But still, kailangan pa rin abangan dahil mukhang prepared nga ang mga teams. One thing I can say about SDIE Olympians, nung first game nila is prepared talaga sila ngayon. Prepared na prepared. Kuya Butters, JP, talk about JP and UG. Ano yung differences and similarities ng pares na players na to?
Meron akong mabilis na explanation dito para sa dalawa. Kung si UG, tinawag natin Mr. Consistent, si JP, Mr. Explosive.
Mr. Explosive. Magkaiba. Magkaiba. Opposite ends of the spectrum if you think about it, Kuya Butters. Can you explain further, sino yung medyo nasa advantage? Kasi if I think about it, medyo nandun ako kay UG kung ganun ang isipin.
It all depends on the snowball capability talaga kasi ng BRE. If BRE dito gets the snowball na gusto nila, that's the time when Mr. Explosive JP will just come in and take down everyone. Pero, kung hindi makukuha ng BRE yung kanilang sabihin nating snowball, that's when Mr. Consistent rises up, takes the pick-ups, and leads you to the victory.
Yeah. Well, I think for SDIE Olympians, nai-gets ko yung point kung bakit si UG ang napili nila out of, all of the mages out there. Dahil nga dun sa Game 1 na pinakita nila, hindi man Game 1, yung first series na pinakita nila last time that we saw them. Bakit ko nasabi kay Butters? Because when SDIE Olympians showed up in Games 1 and number 2, meron silang nakahandang mga strategies agad. Like for example, nag-Chang-O Granger sila. Tapos yung next game is 3 Revitalize. And now, ang tahi natin dito is that UG, medyo ganun yung kanyang style. Parang nandun sila sa planado. Parang kabisado mo yung isang plano, and then when you execute, can really be deadly against your opponents.
And you have to give up a lot of you have to give up a lot of props din para doon sa drafting style na ginagawa nila. Remember, there are two captains in SEO na nakuha nila. They have Jeff, Cutie Forever, and they have Tripso No Mercy. So these are the captains talaga na hindi mo mabaliwala eh. Kasi in terms of drafting, kung itong dalawang to ay maganda yung chemistry at nagpapasahan in terms of picks, most likely sila yung pinakamadaming baon dito sa the Nationals.
Yeah, I kind of get your point. Like, parang dahil meron kang dalawang potential na shot callers, independent of the whole squad, mas madali siguro nga makipaglaban sa opponents. I think that for SDIE Olympians, yung kanilang, natalo sila dun dun sa best of 3 nila. But that is still a 2-1. So feeling ko, malaki pa rin talaga yung mai-improve pa ng SDIE Olympians.
And ito nga yung pinag-usapan natin, Wolf. Itong SEO, they only had like months to practice together and to work on that chemistry. And some of their players weeks lang before nung kinuha. So, just for them to have this fighting chance against a team like Suwa Execution Punishers, malaking bagay na yun. Malaking bagay na yun.
Yeah, I agree. Now, we've talked so much about SDIE Olympians. Let's talk about Bren E Pro naman. I think that they're more in this matchup lang, in this best of 3 series, medyo mas pabor sa kanila in terms of chemistry. Although meron din sila mga mga players, I think built naman together kasi yung mga players nila
I'm not sure if tama ako dito, pero I've heard that Coco is the one na maglalaro
Maglalaro ngayon, oo.
Kasi last time si Ribo, yung napaglaro nila, I'm not really sure about that. Pero, the thing about chemistry kasi is, may mga times na for other teams, it just happens.
Oo, in a stop. Para
Oo,
talagang
stop.
naturally, magaling, may chemistry na talaga sila.
Tapos may mga teams naman talaga na they work on it. And once they get it, hindi alam kung ano yung maximum potential nung kanilang chemistry na mabubuo. But at the same time, you have to look at the experience din playing with each other. Na parang dumarating na lang sa point na ito yung chemistry na tinatawag na hindi mo na kailangan magsalita. Ginagawa niyo na lang.
Yeah. I think that we can see that in most of the top teams natin. Like for example, PLDT Smart Omega, when they perform, it looked like they are a team that's already na-build na nila kasi din yung trust. For example, ikaw Butters, nandito ka sa isang team, and then a veteran comes in, and medyo may tiwala ka na agad sa kanya. Kasi alam mo na, ito magaling to. You respect how much he can give, can put into the table, into a team, at kaya pag-mesh kayo ng easier.
Pero pwede ka din kasi masaktan nun in a way, na sobrahan yung respeto nyo sa isang tao that you actually rotate your gameplay around him.
Yeah, that's also one thing.
It should be, parang alam mo yun, it should be the other way around. Na the newcomer, even though he's a veteran, he should be the one to actually comply kung ano man yung nandun. Pero some teams, they make it work. Some teams, they don't. So,
Well, one thing that I would trust naman to make it work is Bren E-Pro. Kasi, well, it's more about the numbers game para sa akin. Numbers meaning yung number ng tao na pumasok sa Bren E-Pro versus dun sa mga pinalitan nila. Technically speaking, kasi this is already a team na nanggaling na nga sa ibang organization ko, pero related rin sa Bren E-Pro. But that's a full 5-man team na papasok dun sa Bren E-Pro franchise. And then you have 2 additional na really close with the guys din naman. So technically speaking, hindi na masyadong mahirap i-work on yung chemistry dito sa Bren E-Pro. It's just that they will have to adjust to other teams na lang din. Like, I think for the Nationals kasi iba rin talaga yung fact na this is a long league. And these teams, they are, sanay sila sa mga liga na hindi ganun katatagal This one is a double round robin, and sometimes you have to choose kailan mo ilalabas yung alas mo, kailan ka mag-a-adjust lang na konti, kailan yung standard na build mo. That's about your team decision na lang din
And I do agree with that, Wolf. But the thing about these teams is tama yung sinabi mo dun Minsan yung mga teams ngayon, kalaban na lang nila yung sarili nila. Kasi it's about you understanding the other team na gagawin nila. If you do not understand, di mo naiintindihan.
Tama naman. To have the draft for our game number 1 of this best of 3 series between Bren E-Pro and STIE Olympians. At ito na ang flavor ng conference number 2. Kaya Butters, the Hylos ban mula sa Bren E-Pro. Nakita natin, nag-develop nung day number 1. Ngayon ay auto-ban na nga ng mga teams. While STIE Olympians will ban out the ever-so dependable Grok.
And as you are seeing your screens, hindi ko inakalang makikita ko magtabi si Jeff at si Yuji sa isang buhay.
Long time rivals in a way.
And
in a way,
seeing Matt and si 666 and si Cripzo na magkasama ulit. Alam mo yung reminiscent siya ng old days. Not so old days.
Not so old. Parang last year.
Parang a year ago.
Pero parang tagal na
Parang tagal na.
Well, UG also ay naging under na rin naman ng pamamahala ni 666. So, ang mga players natin dito mula sa Bren, that's Raflesia, Renjo, JP, Doc Ribo, and Fuzaken. Mukhang hindi muna maglalaro si Kuya Coco as the rumors say. And then, para naman sa tropa natin sa STE Olympians, that's Lembot, Kripsu, No Mercy, Nixu, Jeff, Cutie Forever, and UG. I guess this is so much telegraph. Ilang beses ko na nakita yung gantong openers mula sa day number 1. Priority ang Kufra, tapos ibibigay na yung X-Borg sa kabila. And more, ang mga nakukuha dito usually is Akai, or sometimes even Carry to pair with X-Borg para ma-secure nila agad. This time, should be the same. Should be the same.
Actually, medyo magugulat nga ako sa BR. Sa totoo lang. kung kinuha nila
Your team
Esmeralda
is
ng una.
picking.
Because Esmeralda right now, I don't think she's like first pick material
Yeah?
ngayon. So,
Hindi na nga natin na-feel na gano'n.
parang hindi na talaga siya. Parang hindi na talaga natatanggal dun sa
Your
slot ngayon na
team
sobrang
is
tagal siya.
picking.
Si Harith.
Harith, Kufra.
Yeah, si Harith.
You have Masha at saka Esmeralda na pick mula sa Bren E Pro. Masha, isang hero din na ginamit ng STIE Olympians in the previous game that they had. Bren E Pro, let's see if they can utilize this well. Harry is having a lot of trouble against itong mga ganitong klaseng divers sa early game. Imagine. But I think that if STO plays this right, kaya nilang gamitin yung Harry. Chang, ang gagamitin ng STE Olympians, which was their pick as well dun sa previous game nila. Free
Your
series.
team is buying.
Ngayon kinuha na nila yung lineup na to. Like the carry, the Chango. Medyo kailangan nila dito magsama-sama. And as I'm seeing it, si Renjo dito, siya yung gagamit ng Masha. So he has a lot of ways to, just go for the split push. Kasi if you're a Masha, you want to go for the 1v1s. You don't go for those clashes talaga na active ka nagpa-participate sa mga ganong ideas, sa mga ganong laban. Kasi the hero isn't really built for a full 5v5 clash.
That makes sense. Rams nga lang ang sagot dito. Ang mahal ng Bren E Pro. Which I think that they're assuming na magiging support
Your
dito
team
si
is picking.
X-Borg. And with the Baron de Lolita, that seals the deal. That seals the deal para maging safe ang kanilang Chango. It also means that STA Olympians will have free access dun sa ating Akai. I don't think that they will pick Angela. I think Akai makes a lot of sense in this game.
I mean, they could pick the Angela if they wanted to, pero Akai nga yung kukunin nila.
That means Bren E Pro will have to answer with either Granger para meron sila pakabot dun sa Chango. Kim is still here.
Akai.
Pero I think Granger ang
Your
kanilang
team
ipaprayo
is
pick
picking.
to go with something like a Diggy. Kimi Diggy. Okay, that makes sense. Kimi Diggy to close their lineup dito kasi in such a different way, kailangan nila maabot din itong si Chango. And one way for them to do that is to have itong Kimi. And if ever the Chango tries to run, meron ka kasing reverse time, courtesy of the Diggy. So pwede mong gamitin yun. And syempre, Diggy is the natural answer sa Akai dahil meron siyang times journey. Medyo napapayatan lang ako sa lineup dito ng Bren E Pro. Pero maganda yung kanilang objective taking potential. Courtesy of the Masha as well as the Kimi.
Ako nga sa totoo lang, Wolf, parang medyo napapayatan ako in terms of damage output dito sa side ng SEO. They don't really have burst.
They don't have the burst.
They don't have burst. They don't have the burst.
They have reap damage.
They have reap damage. And sabihin natin dito, yes, X-Board can do a burst with the last insanity. Pero will it be enough to take down yung Esmeralda?
I don't think so. Marami silang pure damage dito pero ano sila eh.
Yeah.
Yung reap type of damage which means nagra-ramp muna siya, nagbe-build up muna siya which is damage over time technically speaking or DPS.
And that is their answer. They answer with an Estes. That means they really want to extend the team fight, which is good. But the idea for the side of SEO is if one of them gets caught out ng mabilis, they cannot fight anymore. And dapat napakaingat nila in terms of positions dito. Kasi, yun nga kapag si Estes yung natanggal, you have to go back.
Yeah.
Especially kapag sabihin natin si Estes talaga mismo yung natanggal, wala na kayong magagawa. You have to push, you have to pull back, you have to retreat.
You have to either super commit or super fall back. Walang in-between.
Walang gitna.
Yeah. And I think yung lineup naman ng Bren E Pro dito is napakabilis nga mag-take ng objectives and di ako magugulat kung mabilis na matutunan ang mga tore ng STIE Olympians mamaya. And now Bren E Pro, they're playing on the blue side. That's Reflesha on the Kufra, Renjo on this Masha, JP on the Esmeralda, Doc Ribos on